I won the siege.
What is up, everybody? Welcome. This is session 54 of the Strife of Aradiel. This is Overland through fire, or into fire. Yeah, sorry for the delay. I'm looking crazy here because I've been running around. My PC is being extra difficult tonight. I don't know what the problem is, but I'm looking crazy as hell. Yeah, but anyways, so I am also have death. You guys should be able to hear the music just fine. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Let me know if you're having any kind of audio problems. But otherwise, it should be going through just fine for y'all. I cannot hear my music, so that is a severe frustration for me. You guys know that I'm OCD as hell over here. What is up, everybody? How's it going? I know I saw Plem in there. What's up, Haley? What is up, Rachel? What is up, everybody? As you guys will see in a minute, Finvarr is out again tonight, unfortunately. Oh, they're already running Tangia, and I missed those. All right. Yeah, Finvarr is out again tonight, unfortunately. He's just got stuff going on. He says sleep schedule's all crazy, so he's got to get up early to understand he's on the other side of the planet. That's kind of the hard part about that. But we got the rest of the group here, got some fun stuff planned, and yeah, we'll get everybody swung right up in here. Oh, first off, make sure you go over, check me out over on TikTok and YouTube. If you're not able to catch the shows on time, you can always catch us over there. Plem, I didn't read what your response to that message was, but currently I don't have some golf and everything. Let me see, because when when I get off my stream and everything and the game is done, my wifey wants attention, so we'll see if she finds something to do tonight or if she's here. If she's here, then I'm be with my lady. But otherwise, let's get everybody swung on in here. What is up, good people? Hopefully, let me get a sound check. Okay, I can see that it's going through the right thing there. Just making sure.
Hello.
It's all in the right place. All right, so kicking right off into things. Real quick, before we do a recap, does anybody have? I guess we can do the recap first. So, last session, you all have made it to the Forbidden Land, Kretfern, and started making your way and following this spectral hunter that Ira kept on seeing out there in the jungle. This thing lured you first off to a trio of nasty Tyrannosaurus, which you all dealt with pretty nicely. Then brought you to, or possibly caused, it's not really quite clear, a stampede of Stegosaurus. The only one unbothered by that, of course, Torin, as he sat in his little bubble, because Torin is motherfucking Goku with the gun here over here. And then you all made your way, found a ziggurat, which is kind of pyramid for those who don't know, upon which you found a sarcophagus holding the being linked to this bear form that Ira kept on taking. Investigation there, you all ended up releasing this thing, had a nice fight with it, and a number of bear comrades it had with it, but in the end, proving yourself victorious. From there, you all met with a spectral being, a massive winged figure who Jasper kept seeing over the horizon there, kind of just watching things. It's just this being revealed him, like the one you all slayed here, to be of the sons of Ragvar. He then invited you to their sanctum up the volcano. And that's where we left off. So before we get things full swing here, does anybody have any questions, any clarifications needed for that last session there?
Hey, for those folks watching live on Twitch right now, we do have 2 open slots for the Pool of Echoes. So feel free to participate in not just those dungeons that are popping up in chat, but also if you want to roll a Pool of Echoes die, we'd appreciate it. We've got 2 open slots.
Which is the nicest way that they can say, help, y'all. Fucking help. All right. So With that, you all kind of have some direction towards the next leg of your adventure here, though they're off cut. Of course, other options, other ways, anything that you can do here on this somewhat lost continent. What's everybody doing? What's the plan today?
Peering hard at Ira after that bear lycanthrope mummy, whatever it was, withdrew back into that sarcophagus. And Ira's just talking or looking up and talking to himself. Because I don't know, did we hear what the ghostly son of Ragvar floating in the sky was saying?
You all did. At that point, because you were
Okay.
the only one because of the magic you had cast that was able to see it kind of phasing in and out of existence there above you all. And then after you all slayed the brothers, when it fully revealed itself to you and told you to meet it up the mountain.
Otherwise, we're doing that John Belushi Blues Brothers thing. Like, yeah.
Pretty much. All right.
Ira,
So what's the plan?
are you okay?
Yeah, I think so. Anyways, well, seems I traded one curse for another. Maybe.
Is that a good thing?
It seems I traded the random transformations for controlled transformations for the time being. Anyways, so I can't exactly complain about that.
All right. Well,
Uh-oh.
that's good. Do you feel different?
Honestly, not too much different. Just almost like one burden has been lifted.
Hmm. Well, I've never seen anything like that. That was amazing.
Hey.
Torrance talked about these curses that each of us have kind of accepted in our travels, and I hope this one doesn't bite us as well. But I still trust you.
I appreciate that, and I leave my trust in you as well.
In the back of my head, I'm thinking, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't.
That is very fair. I gotta wonder though if it was a copper piece. It was one of those accursed copper pieces we find every now and again that had led to the transformation curse in the first place, and I had left that copper piece in Torrance care. I wonder if said copper piece has lost any magical properties.
What, you want to touch it?
Wait, you brought it with you? I thought you left it back at our base.
I did.
Okay.
Why would it be here?
I'm feeling brave, but not that brave, Torrin.
Well, Torrin, any thoughts?
To a shrapnel fucking curse grenade for a while now.
I mean, if you stop picking up these copper coins,
That's an option.
That is very much an option.
I don't know though. I pull one out of my coin purse and I say, this one is pretty lucky and I haven't used it yet. I'm keeping it for that rainy day. So they're not all bad.
That's true. And last time we ignored one, didn't that lead to the incident in Midway?
It seems like
It did.
the gods of fate are fickle sometimes, right?
Why?
So Ira, you are our leader in this land. Where do you think we should go next?
Well, I suppose we should take up the offer and go meet up with the sons of Ragvar at the volcano.
Fair. How far away is this? As we look off into the distance, how far away, DM, is this volcano?
So, from where you all are looking here, keep in mind the map I think is a little off scale. It's the map you all would have of the lands, because again, this place is very hard to adventure in order to map out but it looks like maybe a half day's travel to the very base of it, and then from there, just depending on really the incline and your guys' path up, maybe probably another half a day up the mountain, if not a few hours. Kind of just depends on your guys' pace and what you meet along the way.
All right. Well, lastly, any sign of Aelor Varn and our wayward compatriot Finvarr, who had been teleported away?
No sign of Finvarr. Aelor was kind of hiding behind a little groove over by the steps, and now he's made his way back up to the top of the ziggurat, and he's looking over, just kind of studying things up there, some of the markings and some of the engravings on the sarcophagus.
Aelor, I'll call out. Anything interesting?
Oh,
Anything worth recording?
one thing that's kind of interesting here is the writing itself. It's common, but it's very old common. Not really spoken in a dialect that many use anymore. Looking over it, it's the equivalent of someone writing in like old English in the common tongue and everything. So he's kind of focused on that. A lot of the other things that are there looks like some gems, not too many, not overly garish, but a couple of different gems placed along the bear skull that is asphyxiated to the head of the sarcophagus.
I read, Torin, do you mind if we take, before we head off to the volcano, do you mind if we take a 10-minute rest to collect ourselves? I want to take just 10 minutes in my, boy, ever-present search for knowledge. I just want to, since we might not ever find ourselves back here, just take a few notes in the books that I have and write down some of the language, hieroglyphics, images that we see on this ziggurat.
Yeah, go for it.
Of course, I have no problem with this.
After that, I'll be ready to go. And we lost our DM. Okay, there he is.
Okay. It's occurred to me I might have another option to where I can hear things properly, somewhat properly.
Oh.
But yeah, so you all taking some time and you're doing what kind of studying here?
I just want to take some time to write down, from a role play perspective, write down some of the information, the language, and the layout of the ziggurat. Just collecting knowledge. That's all.
Okay. Hold on. All right. So yeah. So looking along this thing, there's a lot of it is just writings talking about this one in particular, Lorgrim, son of Ragvar, and it just really speaks about his love of the wilderness overall. Spent much of his youth in the forest as much as he could, but even more than the forest, when they were younger and lived on the coast, he had a very strong connection to the water. Says that he was one of the earliest kind of connections and one of the first ones to make any real contact with the merfolk.
Oh, fascinating. Point that out. That's what happened to Torin, actually. Point that out to Torin and say maybe he was one of the ones that was indicated when we talked to Prince Aradiel about this, about Ragvar.
Yeah, certainly.
Well, once I've collected as much as I possibly can in 10 minutes and keeping an eye on Alorvar, we'll ready to go, ready to head out.
So, with that, yeah, that didn't work. Furiousness. So, heading out from there, you all start making your way towards the mountain there. Now, walking through here, again, this is a whole other world. This is a downright prehistoric world. Numbers of large creatures, every so often, even some small primates moving their way, scurrying through the underbrush. But still, numbers of large creatures, plants that shouldn't exist, Venus flytraps, everything of the sort. And a number of these massive boas that wrap up whole trees and pull. You see one pull a pterodon right out of it, perched up on a branch before it drags it down into nothingness. So finally, the forest starts to give way as you get closer and closer towards the volcano. Ahead of you, the earth seems to go dry. You can see the plants that are here are all withered. No foliage, just dead bark. And all around, massive pools of looks to be some kind of thick, blackish brown, bubbly goo. What's the plan?
Before we break the tree line and go onto this blasted plain or volcano foothills, I want to stop for a moment. It'll only take an action. I'd like to cast Tasha's Bubbling Cauldron. So I say, hold up, guys. Give me just a second, and I'll be able to help us out a little bit. Torrin, you still have your ring, right?
Which one?
The one that protects you against fire?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll wave a hand and intone a few words, and a small, bubbling, claw-footed iron cauldron appears at my feet. And when I reach down into it, I pull out some vials, 6 to be precise, of magical potions. And these potions are potions of fire resistance. And I hand 3 to Ira, and I'll keep 3 for myself, and keep an extra just in case Finvarr shows up. But 3 to Ira, 3 to myself, so that we have some protection if needed against any heat or lava.
That's 3 potions of fire resistance?
Yes. They only last, though, until I cast the spell again.
Okay.
So I'm only planning on casting this once a day at most. So at least for the next couple days, that's what we have. But they will eventually disappear.
Okay.
All right. And then
Ira, does it look like the trail moves on?
Could I look for what could potentially be a safe trail through this? You said it was a black.
First, give me a perception check.
Woohoo! What's my new advantage on it from that curse? Oh God. Okay. 16.
16. So, looking about through here, I mean, some of the edges of these pits look a little shaky, not quite sturdy there, but otherwise, the path in between them seems solid. Off in the distance ahead of you there, you can see in a bit of a clearing with some trees nearby what looks to be a half-eaten corpse of some kind of smaller dinosaur. Not entirely sure what it is. Just looks to be some quadruped creature. Long neck sticking out of it, but eaten down to the ribs.
Ah. I would point out the path that looks the safest to Torin and Jasper, as well as keep in mind there may be a predator out here. There's a bit of a corpse on the other end of this. It was on the other side of these plains.
Correct.
Correct. Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's still it's
Or not.
about a quarter of the way in or so into the pits.
Oh, about a quarter of the way in. Okay.
What do you think, Torin? Is it safe to travel? Or should we find another way?
I feel like any other route probably going to be the same, just different.
Just longer?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're trusting in you to find us a safe passage through.
I will do my best, and I will start to lead the way. So if I fall in, they will see not to. Plus I can fly.
All right.
And I'll renew my, since it only lasts an hour each time, I'll renew the see invisibility as a standing thing.
And with that, as he has recast it on himself, you can see the outline over there again, clearly seeing Aelor in the back, kind of just peeking out every so often to see what the next step is. Hey, real quick, everybody, make sure that you give a shout out over here to Plim Daddy. It is his birthday. I don't know if it's your birthday day. I know he was doing a birthday stream and everything today. Maybe I'm gonna go over there and might go and play some super awesome whatever it's called golf. If I can get my stuff running again, but at that point we'll see. But yeah, make sure everybody shows him some love. Said that he's gonna be popping in and out. I understand, man. Hope you're having a good birthday. We always appreciate you coming through. And yeah, man, live it up. All right, so with that, you all are gonna start making your way into the pits here.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the other hand, or just as an aside, I'm not going to let Ragvar know that I can see him from now on, because Torin and I have a suspicion about him and the Vault of Secrets.
Jeez, everyone's so suspicious. Old man doesn't want to fight. Everyone's ooh. All right. So, sorry to proceed going forward there. You can feel as soon as you step into this ground, it's as if all the moisture has been drawn out of it. The surface layer of dirt just crumbles underneath your boots, and for Ira, I'm assuming flip-flops or Crocs. And
Obviously Crocs.
obviously.
In sports mode, of course.
Oh yeah. Nice braided leathers. All right. And as you get a little bit into there, soon enough, not directly the same path, but somewhat off in the distance to the side a little bit, you can see that a hunk of flesh still rotting away. At this point, things are buzzing at it. Another smaller, looks to be some different species of flying reptile, makes its way over, lands atop it, and starts picking at it, and then stops. It leans back, looks around. You guys hear it reaches in, grabs another piece, and flies off. You guys hear the call again from another direction. What do you guys do?
Is that a humanoid, by the way?
Which one? The creature? No, the creature that's being...
body.
The body, no. It looks to be some kind of a bipedal dinosaur. Something with a long neck, but doesn't look very large. No bigger than perhaps a smaller baby elephant.
I will pop out my owl familiar out of its extra dimensional pocket and not have it fly too high up, but maybe 10, 15 feet and scout ahead a little bit, maybe 20 or 30 feet.
So, now are you able to see through this thing's eyes, or does it just give you signal?
Yeah, it yeah, if I use a bonus action. So I'll do that like every minute or two.
So, as it flies up, that first glance, you don't see anything except what looks almost like kind of brief glimpses of what looks like a rock shifting or some slight movement in the dirt. Only on one of the glances from another angle there, you realize it's not rocks, it's these almost rock shaded creatures. As you get another angle, you can see going along their back, the top of it brown and beige and muddy looking, but underneath it, where you can see from this angle now, has these bright orange plumes of feathers going down the back of these bipedal, long-tailed creatures that are now on from all sides, quickly running in towards your guys' direction.
Warn everybody, so we're not surprised.
All right, what do you guys do?
How far away did I see them? Yeah. How far away?
From where you are right now, they look to be maybe a good 300 feet or so, when closing quick.
Shall we?
If they're going to outrun us, then I recommend we find high ground to defend. Otherwise,
At least solid ground for sure.
yeah. If we can't outrun them, then let's move.
Yep. Let's keep going.
So it doesn't look as if there's any chance of outrunning them on foot here. The only thing that you see off ahead of you, the ground is itself here, aside from some simple slopes and hills, which you guys do make your way to the top of the highest point here, though it's beside where it looks as if some kind of crater's been left here. A number of them spotted around the area, so the ground lifts up slightly. You guys are able to kind of get your footing, so you're only lifted up an extra maybe 6-7 feet as it slopes up, and you look around the area here. You can see these things, a number of them rushing in from all sides. In no time, they close that gap, and everybody roll initiative.
Yeah, let's set a defense, and if we are vastly outnumbered, then we can maybe fly. But for now, let's try to defend ourselves.
We got an 8.
Oh. Yeah.
Can I roll above a 3?
No.
I don't know.
I got the curse. I got the curse
Oh
today.
no!
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, did mine only roll to the DM? Okay. Oh, strange.
DM, when you have a chance, could you give us a little description of the map?
Yeah, so looking all around yourselves here, you have a number of large tar pits you can see upon closer inspection. This thick, black, just sticky, even glancing over at certain shallow points right by the edges, you can see just the very top remains of things that have been pulled in there and gotten stuck. A couple of dead and lifeless trees off of the distance here, but the otherwise land mostly barren. Small layer of fog, and about 12 of these large creatures heading directly for you all. And just for my dinosaur buffs out there, some of y'all would know these as raptors or velociraptors. That is not correct. Yeah. That is not correct. These are Deinonychus, which is the actual creature the Jurassic Park dinosaurs are based on. They just thought velociraptor sounded cooler, but a velociraptor is the size of a fucking turkey. They're not that big. These are what an actual, if you think velociraptor, it's these dudes. So, but yeah. And with that, top of the round, give you one guess who. Torn.
creatures.
Go for it.
Oh,
It's foreign.
Man, I'm tapped from last fight still. Um.
Good. Good.
Okay. I will use for my action. I am going to use a stone of controlling earth elementals and summon an earth elemental.
Oh,
All right. Let's see if I can get you up. Bam. Just sign it to you. And you got it. No, I'm not. I think you're muted
think-
if you're saying anything.
I think you're muted. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I took a feat that lets me use my bonus action to roll hit dice. I can't find it though. But I'll use both-
Durable?
Durable, thank you. I'll use both of my bonus actions to roll hit dice.
All right.
So that is D10s. So I heal up 18 points. That'll end my turn. And then I guess this earth elemental. Does he go after me, or how do you want to do that?
Yeah, always just easier. I just add it into your next turn. Or into your current turn, so it's right after you.
Cool. So 30 feet of movement. He's gonna 5, 10, 15. He's gonna barrel forward to these two
All right.
and take 2 attacks. 2 slam attacks. First one is 7 plus 8 is 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Times 5. That'll be 14 points of bludgeoning damage to the north one right there.
All right.
And then the second attack will be 14 plus 8. So a lot, 22.
Yeah.
2d8. 15 points of bludgeoning.
15 points of bludgeoning. Got it. Anything else?
That'll end our turn.
All right. Well, with that, not standing for that bullshit. These ones right here are going quick as it runs over and starts slamming at him, start biting back at him hard. First one's going to come in with a dirty 20,
That hits.
and it's going to take 20 points of piercing damage on the first one. Second one swings 14. Does that hit?
It does not.
It does not.
So you said
All right.
14. Or what was the damage again?
The first one was 20 piercing.
20. Okay. Cool.
And with that, they are essentially... This one's going to move over and across straight for you. Come in I know a 17 isn't going to hit you.
No.
Nope. This other one moves in, follows up with it. And with both of them there, it does get advantage on that roll, which isn't going to matter. Couple coming across, same thing. Ira, does a 15 hit?
It does not.
It does not. Move in, follow up. About a 19.
19 will hit.
All right, that is going to do. What's that? 10 points of piercing. That's what's going to run in. Actually, he's going to move in, unable to get through, though. He's going to run his way down across the bottom pits. And these ones, going to run. This one leaps across, blade up, goes in the swing. Should not have been with advantage on that one. Dirty 20 to hit Jasper.
Miss.
Miss.
Yep.
All right. Moves around, comes across, takes a swing there himself. What about 23?
That's also a miss.
God damn. Fighting the fucking Power Rangers out here. This one moves in, comes across, goes for the teeth.
Disadvantage.
10 is not going to hit. Disadvantage on him.
Nope. Yep. I mean, disadvantage on everybody, but yeah, no.
Okay, so with any of these guys with pack tactics, it does put them
They have advantage, so a
with
straight roll.
advantage, so it's going to be a straight roll with them.
Got it.
Dirty 20 not going to hit.
Nope.
And one more. 21 is also not going to hit.
Miss.
You guys are crazy.
Built for defense.
Apparently. All right. Ira, you are up.
Alrighty, this is quite a few on us. Huh. Well,
Pack creatures. Move in.
yeah. Well then, I am going to cast a spell. And as tempting as it is, would be to just fireball all three of us. Just to get as many of them as possible. Wait,
Torrin
Torrin's
wouldn't
immune to
care. I don't
fire.
know about Jasper.
It would be very interesting, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I am going...
Do it.
Is this the voice of the DM? No, instead, I am going to cast Conjure Woodland Beings. So I conjure nature spirits that flit around me in a 10-foot emanation for the duration. Whenever the emanation enters the space of a creature you can see, and whenever a creature you can see enters the emanation or ends its turn there, you force that creature to make a wisdom saving throw. The creature takes 5d8 force damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
All right, where are you putting that?
I believe it flits right around me, so a 10-foot radius around me.
All right. Let's see.
So cast that, and it's a DC 17 wisdom saving throw for every single one that's in a 10-foot radius of me.
10-foot radius around you. Boom, boom, boom. So that's going to include. It's a wisdom save.
Yes, seven.
Does
DC
it say?
17.
Does it say every enemy or everyone around you?
Oh, I may not. It just says whenever the emanation enters the space of a creature you can see, and whenever a creature you can see enters the emanation. Oh.
So no, rules is written. It depends on how you
Creature.
rule this risen, but
Yeah.
rules is written. It says you can force that creature to make a wisdom saving throw. So it's your choice,
okay,
either
okay.
whether or
Yeah.
not to. But you have to decide each time.
Oh yeah.
So
You can force that creature to make a wisdom saving
Yeah.
throw.
All right.
it's not a
So
must.
no, I'll just make it sure. All right. So
No, I appreciate that.
that's going to be. Let's see. Going clockwise. We got 11, 22, 7, 22. So it's like 2 fails, 2 saves.
2 fails, 2 saves. Okay, I'm gonna
So the
roll
ones
the
on
damage.
both sides you are going to fail.
That is going to be 19. I think it's force damage. Yeah, 19 force damage.
You should be able to hit. If it says 10-foot emanation, right? You'll hit these two.
Yeah, it should.
You can put a 10-foot emanation on your token, by the way.
Oh, can I?
Do you know how to do that?
I will try and figure it out.
Yeah, click your token, click the settings icon, and then scroll down to token aura 1 radius.
Ah, there it is.
Look at
Thank
10
you.
feet. Yep.
There we go. So there's everything that would be included in that, Risen.
All right.
So 2 more.
I got some more rolls to make then. So going to the outside layer, 3 more. 19. 4. And 16. So I
Okay,
think
so
this is the one
16
that
and
failed.
4 fail. The 16 also fails.
16 also fails? All right.
Yeah, it's 17 saving throws.
Let's make this guy this.
So of the ones around us, only 2 of them haven't rolled a saving throw then, right?
And how much damage was it? Yeah.
19 and then half if they saved.
AoEs.
I have one more thing I can do. And then as my bonus action, I'm going to take the disengage action because casting Conjure Woodland Beings allows me to take disengage as a bonus action as long as I remain concentration on it. And I am first of all going to move up to here to get those last 2 in to do more saving throws so they can be damaged. Actually, sitting here would keep all of them within that emanation unless they decide to leave.
Stepping that way, it's going to give 3 of them.
I took the disengage action as a bonus action, which is what the spell allows.
Gotcha. Yeah, sorry, I was still updating all these titles.
No
here.
worries.
All right, so 14 will fail, and then the 21. So this one right here fails.
Okay, so it's 19 damage again, and then half for the one that succeeded. I'm looking at how they're all grouped up. I think this is a pretty good spot to end my turn.
There we go. All right, Jasper, you are up.
Okay, none of them bloodied, I assume.
None of them are bloody just yet.
Okay, so I will cast a 4th level spell centered on Ira, and it's much the same mechanic. Spellfire Storm, 20-foot radius, 40-foot or 20-foot high cylinder, bright light. I designate people or creatures to be unaffected by it, so I'll designate the party members and then the elemental that Torn summoned. And this is one of those where they take 4d10 radiant damage, a con save for half.
Con save
And then
for
if-
half. All right.
If they enter or end their turn, just like Ira's, if they enter or end their turn in the radius, they'll take damage. So Con save 19.
19. Oh shit.
Yep.
First one. So we're going clockwise. This is first one top left. Got a 19
Okay.
exactly. 14. 8. 16. 17. Bottom here. 18. 5. 15. And 18. So literally the only one who passed is the very top left one. Everyone else
So-
fails.
23 damage on a fail, radiant,
Damn.
and half if they save for that one that saved.
So 23 on the fail.
Correct.
Half of which is going to be 11.
And that's a concentration spell as well.
Well, that does put all of them, but the one here, bloodied. While I'm doing that, let's see.
It's weird, Ira. I do see on the stream, I see your emanation, but on roll 20 itself, I don't see it.
I just tried updating it. Do you see it now?
Yeah.
Or
It's probably my roll 20.
okay.
And so, just to recap everything here, so as you all moved into this area, made your way up this kind of slope created by this crater here, these creatures start moving in fast. Torin, first off, summons this elemental that he sends in. It blocks off two of them coming in from the northeast corner here, and starts pounding out with them as they start biting at it quickly. Then, from every other angle, they all start descending in, lashing out, striking as best they can, but seem to have underestimated who the meal that they just came across. Get a snip here or there, but as Ira summons this power around him that starts dealing out damage all around. Soon enough, Jasper, summoning some similar magic with a bit of a wider range there, deals out another nasty shock. Only one of them seems quicker enough, clever enough to have avoided any real damage here. Final one's curving around the other side here, and that'll bring us back to the top of the round with Torn.
Doing some measurements, sorry. Okay, yeah. I will take any opportunity attack that comes my way. It shifts right there.
All right. Moving across. No current reactions available, so free movement there.
Okay.
No, excuse me, that is incorrect because they weren't able to. So no, there are two that are going to get a shot at you moving across there. Since Ira disengaged and did not get those strikes. With that pitiful 11 and 21, which shouldn't be so pitiful. That's not
That
going to hit
misses.
Torn because he's a fucking ninja.
Oh, I just saw something in my inventory. Hang on. I didn't see this before. Okay. Everybody healthy?
Sure. Do what you need to do, Torin.
Take out my shrapnel grenade. Light the fuse and throw it right in the middle.
It's better than what I was thinking with fireball, so hopefully.
A 15-foot radius.
Oh.
I like how you're throwing it directly at Jasper too. Hey Jasper,
where it
catch.
was.
Hot potato.
Yeah, we'll throw it right there. It doesn't say any saving throw. It just says damage. Now I can just
Who
do
designed
like
such an item?
I can just do like my superiority dice save DC.
Yeah, let's do that. That's something I made, and that's an
Okay.
oversight on my part. So let's use your.
Okay, so it'll be a deck save. 17.
Deck
Oh,
17 for
I
all
think
of
I
them.
was failing.
All right, it's clockwise again. So.
And for me, Jasper and Ira as well.
Mm-hmm. Said it's a 17.
17, yes.
All right, so one save with a what is that? 18. Fell. Man. Another 18 on the bottom right there. Fail. Another 18 on the one just beneath Ira. The one beside him saves with an 18. And the one... So this whole row here on the left, the very left row saves. The bottom guy and the bottom corner guy fails. What's the damage going to be?
18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. Don't think it's going to matter. And is it half damage? Yeah, it's going to be half damage on a,
Half damage
on a save.
Yes.
So 18, so...
How's concentration calculated again? It's half of the damage or 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so I needed...
Whichever is higher.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I maintain concentration.
What's
With an
your
11.
forecaster?
I do not. I didn't get a feat at level 12 because I have one level in something else.
Sorry, my other AoE spell it. There's no middle around here.
They'll be dead in a round anyway, so it's okay. Between the two emanations. Unless they run.
They wouldn't run. They have pack tactics. They got the advantage.
True.
Of course, that's exactly what it is. Alright, so... Death. What else here? Alright. So those three go down as the shrapnel pieces tear directly into them. The rest of them take some nasty hits, manage to see in as it's passing out, taking out a number of them, dipping down just fast enough to avoid the worst of it. Anything else there, Torin?
Um,
We got a fucking mini nuke in his back pocket there somewhere I don't know about.
now let me drink my Nuka-Cola real quick.
All right.
Yeah, I'll bonus action second wind.
All right.
Or not second wind. Sorry, it's the durable feat.
Okay.
And I'll use 2 more hit dice. So I'll use 7. To heal back 16 points.
16 points. All right.
It's pretty. And then the stone elemental's turn. He's just going to run 5, 10, 15, 20 up to this one that's hurt. Bring those 2 in.
2 right there. Gonna go ahead and take their shots. A 10. I don't think that's gonna hit, and a 21 on the second one.
21 does hit, yeah.
21 hits. And they're going to do 8 points of piercing damage.
8. Okay. Alright, he's gonna swing at this one here.
Alright.
For 18 plus 8, so 26.
Nice.
That is
Damn.
9 plus 5 again, I think. Yeah, plus 5, so 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Which will, of course, take him out.
So he moved 5, 10, 15. Moved 20, so perfect. So move straight through them. Hit this one down here.
Does not hit.
9 plus 8.
Oh, plus 8? Okay, well, that does
17.
hit. That's going to hit.
It's 2d8 plus 5. It is 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
10 points, alright.
That'll end.
That is
Our-
H down here. Which will take him out as well. Anything else?
That'll end my turn.
Alright. And that is going to bring them back in here, which with just the absolute pile of bodies here, the one up to the top who's managed to avoid the most indirect fight here stops and looks between you all quickly and lets out quick disengages and turns to get the fuck on. Quickly moving aside here. The other one does the same, covering quite a bit of distance as fast as these things are. One down here turns and hightails it as well. These two up top don't seem quite as willing to disembark there. These ones rush in, one taking a leaping strike over at Torin. 14 is not going to hit. The other one comes over and across as well, taking his own leaping strike this time. And with a critty is going to make contact on that one. Someone had to make some contact here. Also, I'm going to need... You can go ahead and make a constitution save as it leaps across and pounces at you.
18.
18. All right.
Yeah.
So with that, it is going to do numbers, math, 34 slashing damage as it leaps across, goes up, and brings down its claw there, digging in. You can see it tries to kind of anchor its tail in, push itself forward and bring you down, but you manage to shove a foot back and hold off as it continues to slash at you before dropping back down to its feet there. But that is gonna bring us over to Ira.
All right.
Quick question before, I'm sorry to interrupt, Ira, but quick question for you and for the DM. That one to the left of Ira, is that still there?
Yes,
This
just
one
the
here?
left of him. That one
Okay.
is.
Ira,
Didn't
your
seem to.
spell
What's
is when the creature ends its turn within the radius of your spell,
All right.
and when a creature ends its turn within the radius of my spellfire storm. They
Oh.
need to.
So he's just fucked. Like,
He's taking 2 instances of damage here. Okay. Do I reroll the damage rhythm, or are we just using the 19 from before?
Well, I believe it was a Constitution and a Wisdom save, was it?
Yeah.
Right, was that con for your spell, Jasper?
Correct.
Okay. So a 13 on the con, a 12 on the wisdom. I'm assuming it's not going to make
Fail.
Let me roll the damage here.
I'll roll my damage as well then.
While you guys do that, I'm going to go ahead and just put an X on this guy because... Oh, I guess it's going to be for these other two up here too. For
The other two for my spell as well, for the Spellfire Storm. Yep.
a 1 on the first one and a 6 on the second
All
one.
the damage.
So they will also be taking that damage. How much was it?
Hang on a second. For me, for the Spellfire Storm, for the 2 on the right, it's 28 damage on a fail, half if saved.
They did not save.
So 28.
And they are now also bloodied up.
Well then.
All right. And now it's the actual start of your turn there, Ira.
Sorry.
Well, I'm just gonna walk up here. And
Oh,
these
Rachel, that's
two-
messed up.
That's the second disadvantage I think you've gotten, Risen.
Was there another one? I don't see the other one. I don't see it. I don't know what y'all talking about. Oh, never mind. I see that. You did the same thing the last.
Yeah.
I'll just move up here so they can make another wisdom saving throw. Those two.
Lawnmower.
All right. 14 and an 8.
All right.
Womp womp.
Let's see what damage we get. Or we'll use that 18 that I rolled early for the one that ended its turn there. So 18 points of force damage.
That's what? Nah, we gonna re-roll it, man. That was a whole other separate phase of the move there. So we gonna
Okay, I apologize.
They might survive, y'all.
28.
Never mind, yo.
Never mind, y'all. What kind of damage is that?
Force.
Force. So basically what has happened here is as it shifted turns there, Torin moving quickly like he does, killing things, kills the guy right off beside him, striking out, and then takes some time and I believe heals himself up a little bit there. The creatures, one of them, the apparent leader, calls out and most of them go into a full retreat, though some of them seem to have picked a bone with Torin, go in, one making a wide miss, the other leaping across, slashing hard and trying to bring him down to his knees, but unable to do so. When a mere ripple from both Jasper and Ira there first burns through, and then with Ira just a force of energy that rips the fucking flesh from our friendly, just trying to get a snack here dinosaurs. Now, that does bring us still technically within Jasper's turn. There are still, or did you have more that you wanted to do there, Ira?
I haven't even
Oh, you
done
didn't
an
move.
action or a bonus
That's right.
action.
So
I've just moved.
all the ones around you are down.
Okay.
The
so
other
that was
ones,
only-
they've made some distance there, not exactly close, but are in full retreat off to the west.
All right. Well, I am going to move down towards this one over here, and I haven't even used a spell this turn. Oh my goodness.
Do something spells. Use them all.
You know what?
Risen's like, yes, use all those resources.
I'll use a first level spell. I'll use command and command this one over here to approach. It's a wisdom 17 save.
What's the range on command?
60 feet. I am within 45 feet.
Damn it. All right, wisdom save. Came off
17.
I rolled a 1. So, yes, he kind of stops dead in its tracks and almost mechanically turns around, looking back in your direction. Anything else?
No. I'll end the turn there.
All right, Jasper, you are up.
Just take a quick pot shot at the bloodied one on the top left. I'm going to use the pool of echoes roll of 7, so total to hit roll of 17.
17 will hit.
Okay, so the minimum damage 7 plus. This is all radiant, so not a lot. 14 points of radiant damage
Good Lord.
to the bloodied one.
Yeah, but that bolt lets off, spirals through, connects right into the back of the neck there. It falls, still sliding as it hits the ground. The
That's
one
my turn.
running off ahead looks back over, lets out an almost sad kind of. But
Killed its bait.
back to the top, Torin. You guys are monsters.
Okay.
Just remember, nature finds a way.
And also my XP bar goes up. So
Torin, you have
And
advantage.
Rachel just gave you advantage.
Oh,
That's
thank
what
you.
Torin
I
needs.
need it.
Torin needs advantage. Otherwise, how would he hit anything?
So I'm using my ring, just using flight. I'm gonna fly over 30 feet.
1 second there. So, as you go to excel
Torin
off the
magic.
ground there, you feel something strained with the magic, something wrong with it. Give me a Constitution save.
Hold on. Do I still have Indomitable? I do. So I'm gonna re-roll that. Better. Plus 12, so 37.
All right. So that's going to save and reduce it down to 10 points of force damage. You can feel pushing you down towards. You're still able to remain off the ground, but there's almost this force coming down as you try.
So I can't fly. Okay. I'll move right there then. Okay. And then using that advantage, since I am out of range, we'll just make it a straight roll to attack
All right.
for a 30 to hit. That will be.
30 hits.
I'll make it a trip attack. Let's see. There it is. So it's gonna be 1d10. So 9 plus. Let's go. 10. So 19 points of still acid damage.
19 points of acid, and what's the save on the trip?
DC 17. Strong.
I rolled a 1. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so he's prone. And since I hit last round, I get advantage again, but disadvantage because he's prone and I'm out of range. For 18 to hit,
That'll hit.
and then we'll just make this a. Let's see, where's my on hit ones?
Precision.
I don't have precision. Precision I have to call before I shoot. Menacing, since when I hit a creature, I'll use that one. Oh, I rolled a 1. Ugh. 8 plus 4, so 12 points of acid damage. And need a DC 17 wisdom save.
19. Got one. Yeah.
So he's not frightened.
He's not frightened. He's just prone and sad.
Just pros. Okay. I'll use both my bonus actions again to use 2 more hit dice to heal. I've got 3 left.
We've taken a fair amount of damage this combat.
I have. I'm at
Yeah.
68 hit points right now.
Only 68.
Ira's almost dead.
What? Don't say that out loud.
Ira is almost dead.
Okay. And then
God damn it, Jasper.
the Earth Elemental is going to burrow 60 feet with a dash
Burrow?
action. Yeah, burrow through the earth.
Ooh.
So, given its ability to burrow through the earth, it quickly moves across through these undergrounds here, but that is going to involve moving through these massive pools of tar here. I'm going to need, going to that point, 2 con saves from it to see if it gets it through or where it gets stuck at. And while he's doing that, begrudgingly, thank you so much, Rachel. Appreciate the gifted sub there. Haley, welcome to the Dungeon Raisers.
Man, Torn is on the twos tonight.
7.
So that's gonna put him, boom, before he gets trapped in this thick tar, submerged underneath it there.
Alright. Oh well. So is he's underneath it. Can he go up at least?
He can try. He can try on his next turn here.
Next turn? Okay.
It's tar.
I got
You ever been to a tar pit? Lots of things wish they could go up. That's the hard part. All right.
you. Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah. No, my turn.
All right. This one here is going to get back up to his feet. I think I'm going in the right direction. And he's technically moving out of sight. I'm gonna put him up here to the closest kind of representation of where he'd still be able to make it to. In case you guys are that big of monsters who are determined to kill my childhood. But otherwise, since that's, oh nope, and this one runs in. Check one thing on this right here.
It has entered the emanation for the first time this turn.
And that's what I'm checking, is if that breaks his. No, because it takes effect if he ends his turn in that thing, right? Or when he enters it.
Enters it for the first time or ends its turn.
And this does not specify he. I feel like
The
that spell
command
should.
spell-
Feels like it should
If it
specify
takes damage,
that.
it still works.
Yeah, exactly, right? All right, so
Because it's only a 1 round thing.
yeah,
That's why.
this is gonna move in. When he takes that, go ahead and let's make that roll. Wisdom.
Yep.
He gets a 5, which I'm pretty sure doesn't make it.
I don't think. Oh, that's a lot of ones. 21 points of force damage.
21 points of force damage. This thing being up to this point untouched. Still up. It continues, moves in with that 5 feet there.
And it ends its turn within 5 feet of
ends
me.
its turn. That he does. Bringing this to you, Ira.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Monsters.
Damn.
Hey, they attacked us. So,
I didn't think this thing was gonna get that close. I was really hoping it was gonna end at the 10-foot range so I could use spells. Oh wait, bonus action disengage. So I can.
What a rogue.
I guess that it would be a rogue. I'll back up to there. And I'm gonna save some spells because I am starting to run low. I will use Toll the Dead. It's another Wisdom saving throw, and on a fail, we'll take 3d12 necrotic damage.
Dirty 20.
God damn it! Okay, so it takes nothing,
All right.
and I end my turn there.
These guys are beat up. They're scared. New goals. Get them out of here, man. Someone's got to make it. Someone's got to keep the pack going. All right, Jasper, you're up.
You're muted, Jasper.
Sorry, neither one is bloodied. Thank you.
Neither one are bloodied at this point. No.
Okay, so I'll just
correction.
yeah.
My boy up here is bloody.
Okay, so I'll shoot at him. You know, they attacked us, so I'm going to use once again. I'm going to use using up the pool of echoes lower rolls. There's a 9 in there, which would make the hit roll of 19.
Y'all hear him justifying this animal abuser, y'all?
Yep. Hey, dinosaur abuse. So
The dino abuse?
Yeah.
All right.
so that's a total of 18 points of radiant damage.
18 radiant. All right. Well, now he's not just bloodied. He's dead.
P.S. I did roll a 28 on my concentration check for that shrapnel grenade. I just removed the aura so we could see a little bit better, but it's
Okay.
still up and running.
Perfect.
Sure,
All right,
with
anything else?
disadvantage.
And that's my turn. Nope, that's my turn. No bonus action.
Torin, you're up.
Okay.
Why are you so mean, Torin?
He's a monster, y'all.
Yeah,
All right.
we have disadvantage on our con saves against Torin's damage.
Yeah, because of Mage Slayer.
Oh yeah.
Okay, he's out of range anyways, so I'm just gonna take. I'm gonna use the pendant bonus action, give myself advantage,
Okay.
take a shot, which is just a normal roll because it's out of range. For 22 to hit, and 13 points of acid damage.
13 points of acid damage.
Is he still standing?
He is bloodied, but he is still out.
Second shot, since I hit, I have advantage, so I'll normal roll. For 29 to hit,
And then
10 points of acid damage.
10 points. So this shot goes right across. The first one, this is just as these kind of getting towards, because again, that whole last round, as these things are trying to retreat here, Ira spells up and starts pulling it back in towards him as you've taken care of the ones that are trying to retreat off to the side here. Now you're moving across, fire off 2 shots. One hits it to the side, its head flicks up, the next one catches him right through the eye and just catapults its body to the ground there. And with that, you all have killed my childhood. Be proud of yourselves.
I was shooting the one up there.
That one's already dead.
Oh, he is up there? Okay.
Yeah, didn't it? I believe. Yeah,
The
maybe
one
I
in the
X'd
top
him
corner?
out. Yeah, Jasper just
Okay,
killed
okay.
him.
Perfect.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, at least they won't tell their friends, because I'm sure these aren't the only creatures around here.
Goddamn right they're
Probably
not.
not.
All right. So
Oh,
with that, the area kind of settles there for a bit. Any looking around, though, you do see a number of the branches there. A couple of those smaller pterodons, little flocks of them start flying over. You can see 6 or 7 of them around the trees, squawking off, looking as though they're waiting for the meat.
I'm not going to let go of my concentration quite yet, in case any pteranodons or other creatures attack us. And that'll give me, half a minute left to gather some bits and pieces, namely feathers, from these creatures as crafting materials and magic item components, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I'll
And
maintain
these
mine for the
feathers
next
that you
9
find on
minutes.
there, as you go over and start plucking at them, you can find these are absolutely amazing feathers. Some of the ones right up toward the top of their head, they're not quite as long, but they're extremely soft, almost like small ostrich feathers. But as you go further down, they get thicker and longer, almost like stiff or just very, very rigid eagle feathers.
Mm. My research library would probably want some souvenirs as well. So
All right. And was that all you were taking? How many? Let's see. How many of the
Few
creatures are you
handfuls.
pulling from?
just the ones that were just right around me. So
Let's run
2 or
around. So
3.
you gather, quickly grabbing at them as you do when they're down. Quick tug. You get about a good 30 of them plucked off
Okay.
quickly. And Ira, what were you doing?
Oh, I was just gonna say I'll maintain concentration as well and walk up towards Jasper to help because mine will last for another 9 minutes after his expires.
All right. You're pulling some out, so
Yeah, I'll give him a
doing the
hand.
same thing. Then between the two of you, add another 20 to that, to those feathers that you pull. So for a total of 50. And what are you doing, Torn, as everything's settling down around here?
I'm gonna take some talons.
Some talons. So going over and checking these things, the main sections of their foot have kind of shorter, thicker claws that look to dig into the ground, but right there on the big toes on the inside of them, long 6-inch curved serrated blades. How much time are you spending pulling these things? How long are you guys hanging around just
However
kind of
long
grabbing
they
what you can?
take.
What's that?
Yeah. I said however long they take with the feathers.
I mean, are you taking time to pull each and every one, or are you just kind of grabbing what you can while
The
you can?
biggest ones.
The biggest ones. All right, so with that, of all of them, they do seem to kind of have between them all, you can see that some of them have one that's larger than the other. By the time you're done pulling the best of them, you get about 10 of those long Deinonychus
Toenails.
claws. See, I forget the name too. I gotta look over. All right.
Does the tar, by the way, look flammable?
You don't see any flames coming off of it. There is a
Okay.
kind of thick, almost burning rubber smell that permeates the area and comes off of them, but nothing. No kind of like methanol or anything that you're smelling.
Okay. Good. Let's move on before this carnage attracts some other predators.
Agreed.
With that, as you guys get moving on, following the curves and the safest path you can through these tar pits, as soon as you make some distance from that area, you can hear more of those small pterodons have gathered up, started flocking down, flooding over, ripping the Deinonychus behind you to shreds as you all continue onward. Find that at the end of the tar pits, it's more just dead lands, though you can see off in the distance to either direction some somewhat grassy hills. So it seems as if there's just chunks of kind of strewn about wastelands, all of which you still see, though the tar pits are gone, so you can still see a number of those craters as you're passing by, finally reaching the very base of the volcano. The climb itself, looking up there, at this point you guys getting towards the evening here. Looks like you can make the climb overnight here if you don't decide to settle in where you are. There's not really much as far as ways of cover. It's like being just in a flat tundra out here. But while you guys decide how you're going to proceed there. Before that, so looking on here, you guys can see that there are a number of steep kind of cliff sides to the mountain here, other ways that you can climb up. There's also one kind of very old, rocky, winding path that seems to go up certain sections of the mountain. It doesn't look as if it's all connected, but different points to get higher and higher should you choose to follow those. But with that, that's where we're going to go ahead, take a quick break, come back. I have to go cry for my Deinonychus, for my dinosaurs. Also because, again, dinosaur obsession here. Fun fact, there's no such thing as a pterodactyl. That's not an actual thing. There are pterodons, but there is no species that's called a pterodactyl. So that bugged my brain because I was a Power Rangers kid. So that fucking bitch was lying to me the whole goddamn time. Anyways. We will be right back. I still will not have the proper sound because my shit is not working crazy tonight, but no matter what, you always know that we are going to get on here and bring it to you best we can. So at least you guys should still be hearing it. If you're having any audio issues, do let me know. But yeah, we're just going to take a quick break. BRB. See you in a minute. What is up, everybody? Sorry, all of a sudden my throat gave out. All right, so we are back. They are making their way downtown and reaching these twisting paths here at the base of the mountain of the volcano, deciding which way they would like to go from there. What is the plan, everybody?
DM, by the way, is this a map that you can see, only you can see? Because we're on the world map on roll 20.
Oh, this one, no. For this particular section, there is no map for
Okay.
this part of the mountain. Depending on which
Well,
way
folks,
you all go from here.
what do you think? Should we climb in the darkness or hunker down for the evening and try to wait out the predators?
I think we should wait out the predators.
Same. Ira, do you have enough strength to find us a sheltered spot? I can cast that tiny hut spell I have.
I can take a look around. I think I have enough in me to do that. So I'll look around and see if I can find a suitable spot where we can camp out safely for the night.
All right. Give me a survival check.
I ain't good at those. Oh,
Hey!
okay, fine.
All right. So the safest place that you find is a section where one of these craters, whatever hit there, must have been a pretty decent size. It didn't just leave a hole itself. When it impacted, seemed to have curved into somewhat of a little dugout. You guys were able to climb in through the hole there and find yourself safe on the inside. A couple of spider webs, but none of them any size that concerns you immediately. Able to settle in for the evening. Anybody doing anything during this rest time, or we just getting some sleep and getting back on the trail?
As soon as I see Aelor Varn, I'll tell him that I'm going to cast Tiny Hut because he has to be within the radius when I cast it. Otherwise, he'll be locked out. But tonight I'll cast Lehman's Tiny Hut to give us a little bit more protection.
Okay. So more or less filling in the space you guys are inside of, and then kind of putting a little energy bubble of safety over the top of that hole there, which you can see at which point he drops his invisibility and hunkers down himself, pulling out both a feather and a scale and one of the smaller claws that he pulled off of those creatures as well, studying over them, sketching them in one of those books he pulls from his sleeves. What were you going to say, Torin?
I just had like a project before going to bed.
Okay.
And that was just, I don't know if it might take a couple of days, but I want to add little side pouches to my backpack to fill with scrap metal in order to use that pendant easier, to where it can fit it can fit cannonballs in it, it can fit just a bunch of metal pieces, just so that in the future I can use that pendant to magnetize them as defenses.
Okay. Do you have like leather and sewing stuff for that?
I have rope. Yeah, I have a bunch of junk. Let's see. Check it back. I think I have my old leather tunic still. Yeah, I have my old studded leather.
Okay, so you're gonna cut pieces off of that.
Some
All right.
scrap metal in there. Yeah.
Give me an intelligence check. Kind of thinking of what you have here, somewhat limited supply. Trying to figure out a way.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Nice.
All right.
2 in a row.
So, with that, at the end, it's a very kind of harsh job that you have to do here because, again, you don't necessarily have the correct materials. The rope being far too thick, take a good section of it, cut it off, and then begin to run the blade through it to loosen it before you start untwining it to grab the individual strands. Don't have any kind of sewing needle, so you have to puncture holes after you cut off a section of that leather armor, cutting holes both in the bag and around the edges of this little square pouch you make before taking that and kind of tying it through, tying off at the top of it, lacing it more, like less sewn or knitted and more laced through it from one part to the other. So with that, depending on what you're putting in there, you could probably fit the equivalent of about 4 cannonballs inside of this extra pouch that you put on there, or something
Perfect.
of equivalent area.
So I'm gonna scrap that studded leather.
So what's that? Like a 1 by 1 foot extra pouch that you put on there.
Cool. Yeah, and then I'll take some of those and just fill it up with cannonballs. I think Ira has those still.
I believe I do in the bag of holding.
All right. So able to pack away 4 cannonballs inside of it.
Ira, unless you have something else, I've got one thing to do.
Go for it. I got nothing.
I'm gonna cast. This is probably going to be a bad idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to cast Contact Other Plane using my last 5th level spell. Nope, I'll actually cast it as a ritual. So 11 minutes to cast Contact Other Plane. Set myself away from the group a little bit, like 5 feet, because the hut is tiny. AK, that's why it's known as Liam's Tiny Hut. And set up a circle around me, take out the gem that has the disciple in it and focus on that, concentrate on that while casting this Contact Other Plane. This gives me up to 5 questions that can be answered with either one word or a short phrase. And I'm going to ask Caleb just a couple questions.
All right. And as you do so, you kind of, while you can physically still see and feel yourself in this physical realm, you almost find yourself in this kind of a dark, shadowy version of the outside wastelands there. Clouds roll far too fast overhead, and you can see, not in full detail, but the shadowy figure of Caleb standing. His height almost makes him seem closer, but oh, the kitty. But
sorry,
standing
being a pain in the ass.
standing a good 30 feet off from where you stand there, unable to move towards him, but as you speak, your voice kind of rings out and his in return. What are you asking him?
As soon as I see him, this is per the spell, I need to make a DC 15 intelligence saving throw or be struck dumb for the evening. Sorry, that's my cat. He's just being a real big jerk. Intelligence saving throw. I have a luck point left, so I'll use a luck point to give myself advantage. 25. Good enough. Okay, so the first question, having avoided the incapacitation, the first question I'm going to ask is how many children did Ragvar Greenhand sire?
He raises a hand up. See the long, thin fingers out of it. 4. Hold on.
Come home.
All right, my bad. And your next question?
Okay. Next question is what avenue of approach is the safest way to reach the sanctum of the sons of Ragvar in the volcano? So there's multiple ways, right? DM, you said there's multiple ways.
There is. A lot of ways look like just straight kind of off-center climbs.
Mhm.
The most direct, not necessarily direct, but the most kind of on foot, easily passable way is up that winding path. And you hear
Okay,
call
I'm
back.
also nerfing myself, just so you know the answer. If it's unclear, if the entity doesn't know the answer to the question, it could be, unclear or misleading or something like that. So, just so you know, this is not a total cheat D&D spell or win automatic win spell. So
So he turns and points off at the path and turns a finger back to you. The path has grown wicked. The climbs are steep and hazardous. Either way, you will find difficulty. But the winds are untrustworthy.
I'm just going to ask one last question. After a long pause, I'm going to ask, do you, Caleb, prioritize the sharing of knowledge or the hiding of secrets? And in the back of my mind, in the back of my mind, this is where I'm going with this is, am I going to give Caleb my faith? Or will I eventually stand against him as I don't believe in secrets?
He spreads his arms there. I share what is best, but must hide what dangers.
I look at him and sever the connection. I'm not going to ask the last 2 questions.
With that, it all almost in a dreamy smoke kind of breaks up and fades out. Find yourself snapping back to inside of the hole.
I'll point out the answers as far as the path up the volcano that was given, but otherwise, I'm not sure the rest, or not share the other question. I will say that Caleb believes that there are 4 children. Doesn't necessarily mean that all 4 children are in the Forbidden Lands, but Ragvar sired 4 children, and we've met one. We had a second appear in the sky above us.
And Aelor listens
there's-
intently to this and Strange that 4 children could be hidden from all of recorded history. It's astounding, in fact. And you've gotten these answers just making connections with Caleb.
Yes, and to be blunt, it seems unusual, to be blunt, that you were not able to, or were not interested in the answer to that question, Aelor.
The answer to which question?
The children or the sons of Ragvar Greenhand.
I'm very interested. Honestly, until hearing some of your reports, I never heard of even such children existing. So it is quite amazing, but I do feel I must spread some caution with speaking to the gods. All of them, those we would consider just, those we would consider devious, they all tend to have their own motivations, have their own goals in mind. Even Caleb, he said to have given many secrets to the people who walk across Aradiel, but I've always had my own suspicions there, as far as why he might have given such things to the people. I don't have any real answer to it. But yes.
Do you subscribe to any particular faith, or do you place any trust in any divine being?
Well, being a seeker of knowledge, I have had my respects for Caleb, and of course, a wielder of magic. I have been known from time to time to pay tribute to Maestra, but for the most part, I feel that logic is my god.
Do you have concerns?
Have you truly taken yourself into Caleb's bosom?
No. I have reached out to him, as he is known to be, at least to us, known to be a seeker of knowledge and a keeper of knowledge himself. I do have a concern that he is a keeper of secrets, and I take umbrage with that. I think that people should have all of the knowledge that they need to make the right decisions, but then make the decisions themselves. Those without knowledge make faulty decisions because they don't know or have all the information at hand, and thus can be swayed.
I would surely agree with that. Many travesties have been committed through the ages through sheer ignorance, in fact. And yes, as I've mentioned, Caleb has been known to, or at least said to, deliver certain secrets upon people that have given them the knowledge necessary to climb themselves out of some of the deepest holes in the darkest of times, but it has never shaken a distaste I have for, as you say, the hoarding of even greater secrets. But, as I said, all gods have their secrets. It's hard to know exactly why they keep them. It is said that Caleb is the enemy of many gods for his brandishing of what he knows, but I say if you're going to make enemies, might as well go all the way out, right?
It's been written that Caleb has stolen knowledge from Mystra herself.
Certain forms of magic at one point in time were unheard of. necromancy and divination were at one point off limits to man. The very magic you often draw upon would have been possible if not for Caleb. Coming about, showing man those hidden threads of the weave, but it honestly makes me wonder what else there is that he hasn't delivered to us, whether that's by choice or if Meister has managed to stop him from digging any deeper into her own vault of secrets.
Speaking of the Vault of Secrets, what do you expect to find here in this Vault of Secrets here in the Forbidden Land?
Well, it is hard to say exactly. The mind can get rather bewildered even thinking of what such an entity might have hidden away. For it to be on the physical plane to begin with is some miracle. Which tells me, in my opinion, maybe these aren't simply secrets he means to keep from us. Perhaps this is where he keeps secrets from the gods themselves. If I were to hope for one thing that might be there, there is a book that I have heard mentioned. No name by which to call it, only described. Simple, thick, but inked in the blood of some ancient creature. Said to possess many of secrets, perhaps even a way to dance upon the veil itself, they say. Should we find it, I should be rather interested in giving it a read myself. But who knows? Sometimes these legends are little more than adventurers padding their stories out.
Ayla, I appreciate your insights. I'm glad you're here, regardless of the situation and circumstances we find ourselves in. And should we encounter troubles on the way, and of course, as we search for the Vault of Secrets here, hopefully.
Yes. Well, it's been some time since I've done what they used to call field work, so it is quite invigorating to be out again. Although these old bones aren't what they used to be, but as long as I don't take any direct kicks to the chest, then I think I should hold up.
Fair enough. In fact, it's time for me to turn in myself. Good evening.
He goes over, reaches into his sleeve again, and pulls out a pillow before laying back and just getting himself comfortable.
Nothing else for me.
Anything else for anybody? That you guys can see as slowly, what little bit of light there was, moves across in a little sphere before completely fading out, and then the faint glow of the moon coming in from the top there. By the time you guys awake again, you can see just a little crescent light from the sun as it rises, coming in through the hole over the top there. New day begun. Volcano lies ahead of you. How do you guys intend to traverse it?
Long rest. All right.
Yeah, long rest first.
Oh, yeah.
Some of us were a little low.
Nah, what are you talking about? I was right as rain.
So in the bright early morning sunlight, would you remind us again what our paths look like up the slope?
So, off to one side, if you're kind of looking towards the left side of the mountain there, it's a very long kind of curve there. Looks like the longest of the paths to try to make it up there, but it's the maybe the smoothest. It's at a pretty steep, about a 60 to 50 degree incline at any given point, but the most straight shot. Going at the center, you have that winding path that shows up through large rocks you see every so often. And to the other side, you can see a much steeper kind of cliffside, a straight climb to it. Looks like, aside from once you reach the top of that cliff there, it almost seems to level out in different sections as it waves up the side of the volcano. Probably the shortest path overall, but the steepest hill to climb, as it were.
What do you guys think? Short, steep, dangerous. Long, winding, boring.
Well, considering our flight
Middle of the road.
doesn't seem to work too frequently. I think the short one we
You're
could.
saying the middle path?
Yeah,
What
the
you're
middle
voting?
path. The middle.
What about
My
you,
vote
Dan?
for the middle path.
Okay.
Could get a griffin.
Finvarr?
No, the bronze one.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not 100%. I mean, it's magical, but it's more of an item rather than just it's a creature that flies.
Very true.
Could it carry all of this, or would it need to carry us one at a time?
Good question. But Ira, has your wild shaping affected by all this?
Could I attempt to wild shape then, Risen?
Yeah, what are you wild shaping into?
You know what? If the griffin works and we're taking the shortest path, I'll wild shape into something that's going to be useful to getting up there. So a giant spider, or giant wolf spider.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, you
okay.
see-
So it sounds like we're going up the left side, the cliff side, then.
Yeah. And
Okay.
who's using the ring, the undead one? Is anybody?
I think
Finvarr. is.
Finvarr has it.
Okay.
Whoever he may be.
Well, this belt helps me climb too, so we either use a griffin or we try to climb with a spider in my belt. And I don't know if you have anything.
I can polymorph. That's the best I can do. Or fall. I'm really good at falling.
It's my special power.
Yep.
I can
I didn't
fly,
wanna
but
waste
only
the,
downwards.
Yeah, I didn't really want to waste spells or
Yeah.
arcane power because I'm not sure what we're going to encounter in the volcano.
That's fair. I mean, I say we take the short one because I think
Okay.
we can find ways around things if we need to.
So you guys are going up the steep wall to the right?
Yeah.
All right. So, making your way across a section there, it almost looks as if a chunk of this thing has been kind of sliced out. On the inside, you can see a number of caves as you're walking past it, and deep inside of them, those tunnels go. You can see the glow of what you can only assume is magma, as it has this red and yellow hue to it that kind of comes up the tunnels, and intense heat that comes through it as well. Till finally find yourself at the nice base of it and beginning to make your ascent there. Let's go ahead and get, not from Iris since you have the spider climb there. Torin and Jasper, let's get your guys' climbing checks. Your athletics.
I have advantage. It's the belt.
I forgot the undead ring has spider climb on it. I was thinking like,
It does. Let's see. I'm gonna add tactical mind to it. And
10 for me.
10.
that will be a 16 for me.
16. So at that point, Ira just starts quickly moving up the slope there. Torin leaping on, pulling himself across. Luckily, that monkey tail there helping him grab hold, leverage, balance himself as he's making pretty decent speed as well. And with Jasper there holding on, fortunately at the bottom here, a lot of the grooves are a lot thicker, so a lot of good places to hold on to when he has any trouble getting a good grip, sliding a little bit, but finding little grooves, little endpoints in the rock to pull himself down to before he can get his bearings again and start climbing up higher. You guys keep moving up. About half an hour goes by of climbing. Give me another athletics here.
Question: how high up do we still have to go?
You guys are about a third of the way up there, so the whole thing going upwards. You're not gonna make me do math on this. Give me a second.
More so, how many more checks are we estimated to make?
Yeah.
That'll
Probably
help us
probably for a total of 3.
above the table.
So
It'll
you're
help us figure out.
about a third of the way up there on that first check.
Okay.
If we had a lot of rope, I could just shoot us a rope, but I don't think we have enough rope for that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
This is not no 50-foot slope here. This thing is going up a good way up the side of this volcano. And as you guys are climbing, you can already feel the rocks that you're grabbing onto getting hotter under your hands there, warmer and warmer as they go from a.
And
Go ahead.
I'm in full plate, so
That is true. All right.
All right, so roll again.
Whenever you guys are ready, let me get
Here
that
we
next
go.
round of checks.
ooh, better. 18.
20.
All right. So, getting a little more used to the kind of texture of the rocks, the formations here, and how they tend to seem to be lined up and stacked in this natural kind of way. You all continue making your pace up there. Ira, of course, still just he's halfway up the next section there already as you guys are just reaching the bottom there. At this point, you can see you're having to kind of aim your path off in certain points. You come across a little slope here or there, and you can see little small fountains of lava that come down through one point into another as it rushes back into the inside of the volcano. Still climbing higher. Let's get that last check.
I'm going to use a luck point on this because my athletics just sucks.
I rolled a 19 on a natural 1. So
And I
22.
rolled 2 2s.
All right. So, Ira, as you're quickly moving up, and Torin, you're climbing up just fine as well there. For a minute, you hit one rock, and it starts to slip. You quickly grab your foot with the other one and keep moving up at a swift pace there. But that rock you had pushed on flips down, spins, cracks the rock that Jasper was aiming for. He grabs hold and slips down, slides a little ways there before he's able to catch himself. And give me another depending on how you want to handle it, you can give me athletics or an acrobatics check on whichever one you want, unless you guys have a plan to assist him there in
Is
that
he
brief
still within
reaction
60
time.
feet of me, technically?
Yeah, from where you were about 10 feet off ahead of him. When he missed and slid, he dropped down about a good 15 feet before catching hold and, slipping at the edge of this rock here. So he's about 25 feet from you now.
I'm gonna cast Featherfall on him, just to make him lighter, make it easier for him to climb.
All right, so you feel a little bit less force pulling you down there, though any attempt to pull yourself up is still a bit more of a struggle there. So your chances of falling, so I'm going to change the DC. So go ahead and
With my backgrounds. Yeah, I'm a little bit better in acrobatics with my background, so I
Alright.
will roll that instead. And I rolled a 3, so that is a 10.
a 10.
I am not doing great.
All right, so with that, as the feather fall takes effect there, you can feel less pulling you, but you go to pull yourself up a little bit, unable to do so, swing your leg over, grab onto a section, and release it as it kind of pull yourself as close to the wall of the volcano as you can. You slide across. You can hear the scraping of your back as you kind of spin. You smash and land this little cutout pocket, dropping down another 10 feet there. Fortunately, thanks to the feather fall, not taking any damage from it, but you managed to get your grippings there. You kind of peer over the edge. You can see from where you are, it's not all the way to the bottom. It curves a little bit of a lip at the bottom there, but beyond that, just a straight descent back down to the wastelands.
It's death. You fall.
Yeah, that's fine. With the hand free, I don't want to risk it anymore, so I'm going to cast a 4th level polymorph spell on myself and become a giant eagle.
All right. And with that, as you spread the wings out, this flying being not magical, but just innate ability of this form that you've taken, you find doesn't have that resistance against your flight as you soar out of this little cove and start making your way back up there. At this point, Torrent just making his way up over the edge. You land right beside Torrent lying over there at the edge for a moment, and Ira over there in spider form, standing off to the side. I'm sure cleaning himself or something.
You sons of bitches.
You look tired, Torrent.
I appreciate. Well, I can't talk. Never mind.
I haven't had to climb in so long because I could fly.
Yeah.
All right.
I do the Bush Beer commercial. Spread the wings. The bald eagle, right?
Yes.
You get the middle finger.
Yeah.
All right, with this, as you all take a second to kind of get a feel for your surroundings here, the smoke, you have the clearest view to the actual peak of the volcano here. The smoke billows out thick. The whole place kind of rains and flecks of ash. See the long veins of magma pouring off in either direction like streams. But the journey forward, much easier as you continue onward. Eventually, you can see the volcano itself comes up, and there's kind of a crack down the center where a little arch blocks the flow of the volcano of the magma, and a broad, old, looks to be made of some kind of hardened obsidian stretches across to the opening, a large door leading into the volcano.
Well, shall we?
Do we knock first, or?
No, I just want to borrow some sugar.
Well, let's walk up and knock.
Hi, I'm normal.
So as you guys walk up that way,
I'm still flying.
when you step over, as you're still
I
flying,
revert back to Ira.
and then off your shoulder here, you feel something, Torin. A little fly, and it turned back into Alor.
Could you have done that for? The only one that actually climbed. Jasper climbed a little bit, but then cheated halfway through it.
Well, you know, even when I was a more capable young man, I always said, work smarter, not harder. And he gets moving forward. Goes over and leans against the door here. The door itself, large, carved into it. 4 sets of wings. One of them looking feathery, almost angelic. Another appears to be as if made of scraps, blades and metal and all kinds of different objects coming together to form these wings. The last one's looking decrepit and torn in between the different webbings, and then one looking much more bestial, something between that of a bat and a bird. This is rather interesting. You don't suppose we got about 20 minutes for me to sketch this, do we? No.
Don't way a shot.
Alright, what are you guys doing?
I'm not speaking because I can't speak.
Oh,
Well,
makes sense.
shall we knock and make ourselves known?
I guess so.
And as it does, you can feel the whole bridge kind of tremble. The doors slide inward,
Oh, some good bass on that one.
bang against the inside. And you can see going down a long corridor there. Sconces come to life. Stepping beyond this threshold into this place here, you see in between these different pillars, lines of magma flow through it. Little grated openings in the ground. You can see more rivers of it run underneath the corridor. And on the walls along the way, you can see very strange and intricate murals painted upon them. It takes you a second. You stop for even a moment and look at one. They almost seem to move very slightly. Are you guys pushing onwards? Or are you... What are you doing?
I think pushing onwards.
Make a move.
I'm going to pause to study. Even though I can't talk, I'm going to pause to study them.
So, the first of these long murals here, on it, a towering king sits upon an immense stone throne, a golden crown with sweeping long horns that frame this glowing orb, encircled by rings that spin around like a gyroscope upon his brow. A crown you guys would easily recognize as the crown you've recently put together from the artifact items. Behind him stands countless identical construct soldiers with smooth, featureless faces and helms. And then before him kneels 4 winged figures, the suns. One shrouded in what looked like drifting shadows and deathly aura, another in broad and fur-cloaked, surrounded by flowing water, beasts, and patches of ice. A third wears impossibly heavy armor, enormous metal claws hanging from his wrists. And the last one bears a somewhat angelic appearance, stars and tendrils of sand surrounding him, and a single circling raven. And then a single crack that runs straight through the mural, separating the king and his sons. The next mural. Go ahead. Questions there?
Yeah, one quick question on that. Does it look like the crack was made intentionally, or is the stone itself cracked like it happened after the mural was made?
It looks as though the stone itself is cracked.
Okay.
The next one In this mural, the crowned king stands at one end. The silent construct army spreads behind him across a vast battlefield. Opposite of him stands three of the sons. That shadowy warrior, the warrior with the claws, and the celestial warrior with the stars, sand, and the raven. One of the sons appears missing. The crack from the previous mural here widens into a chasm between the father and the sons, though their weapons remain here lowered. Every figure is poised for what appears to be a battle to come. And if you have questions, or when you're ready for the next.
What does the background look like? Meaning, where might that have this taken place? Or is this just like a figment of an artist's imagination?
So the background itself is painted very dark. It looks to be some kind of just a very rocky area that they stand in. But beyond that, you can see in the very thin horizon what looks to be forests.
Okay.
And the next one, the brother wreathed in shadows raises his hand, releasing what looks to be dark clouds that leave withering plants and dying creatures in their wake. As it strikes out towards the king, King answers with an eruption of brilliant light. This light blasts straight to the sun, whose face seems scarred by it, leaving these hollow contours where he once had features. And the next one, the brother clad in the immense armor charges in. His enormous clawed gauntlets tear deep furrows through the king's armor, fragmenting flying metal chunks off of it. The king opens its mouth unnaturally wide. A torrent of liquid pours forth, melting through the warrior's armor. The metal sags and peels away like wax before the king drives him back with a tremendous kick. And the next one, the angelic warrior. Marked by the stars and circled with these tendrils of sand, moves in with impossible precision, striking through every opening in the king's defenses. Cracks spread across the king's armor, and even still, the crown remains perfectly positioned to top him. Then, a rippling wave looks to burst from the king's head. The warrior falls to one knee, clutching at his own head, as the tendrils of sand surrounding him fracture into countless grains. And then, a sudden burst as the broad-winged, fur-cloaked brother erupts from beneath the battlefield atop a pillar of water. With the raise of his hand, the torrent freezes and encases the king in jagged ice. And for a brief moment there, the constructs in the background tilt their head in movement towards the king. Then the king begins to glow inside of his icy tomb there. Lightning crashes down and shatters the frozen prison and hurls that warrior away. Curiously, a great bear-like aura has been painted over this warrior's figure. Its colors are newer than the rest of the mural, as though it was added long after it was first completed. The next one here has all four of the brothers stand together at once. Dark mists coil, water and ice surge, metal and shattered chains cling together, and stars and shards of sandy tendrils gather Their power entwined into a single spiral that brings the king to his knees. And though victorious as they gather around him, none deliver a final blow. Instead, the four brothers reach together for the horned golden crown. There's 3 murals left. Anything else? Any questions before moving on to the next one?
Yes, the Soulforge army, the faceless constructs in the background, when the sons reach for the crown, is there any movement or activity on their end?
Not in the images that you've seen so far.
Cool.
So the horned golden crown is lifted free. Spinning rings finally slow as it leaves the king's head. The instant it is removed, the construct army kneels in perfect unison. At the same time, the brothers weave some unknown spell. As stone, ice, and all forms of their magic gather around the king's body, from the feet upwards until he stands forever imprisoned in what looks like living rock. The next one, the construct army salutes the angelic warrior marked by stars and circling ravens, who places the crown upon his head. And those rings start spinning again at their previous speed. And with the wave of his hand, a simple command, they lift the stone prison containing their fallen king and carry it towards distant mountains carved along the edge of the mural. One more. Any questions?
No, it's pretty cool though.
And in the last of the murals here, the horned golden crown is taken and broken apart. Its orbs and ringed mechanisms all separated, and the pendant all into the 5 distinct fragments. Each winged brother carries a fragment, briefly walking in different paths. One beneath crashing waves, one into a mist-choked swamp, one towards towering icy mountains, and one descending into the depths beneath the earth. Their paths converge again beneath an airship on the coast, an airship of otherworldly magnificence. At its prow stands a tall, slender figure draped in a long, flowing cloak, one hand outstretched in welcome. As the brothers board the vessel, they place the 5th fragment into the figure's hand. The great ship sails towards a distant continent that would eventually become the Forbidden Lands. And as it crosses into its domain, a colossal storm rises behind it, swallowing the horizon and concealing the continent from the world beyond.
That's so cool. The creature being that received the 5th fragment, could you describe that a little bit better?
The creature looks to stand even taller than these beings themselves, who look to be massive just with what scale you can get from these murals here. Being tall, slender, its robes painted very dark, although some strong look upon it. You can see certain hues of, some points look maybe purple, some points look maybe yellow painted over with black. The hand that reaches out for the piece of the fragment there, thin, bony, very long fingers that reach out for the piece. the face itself concealed. Only a slight featureless curve of the nose and chin peek out.
This is a long shot, but last I had a vision of the Tower of Calum. The second figure, not Calum, the second figure had colors both black and yellow, and was long, thin, and bony. Is there any relation or any similarity? Maybe not, but just reaching.
So, looking at it for a moment, you certainly do see a similarity to that entity, though you could say you see a similarity to Calum as well, as the two figures looked like almost mirror images of each other with a different paint job, though one much more twisted, one more benevolent, if not still a little creepy eerie. But while it's not an exact match per se, you certainly see the similarities there.
All right. Mentally record as much as I possibly can of these murals, and hopefully the others haven't gone too far ahead. Thinking to myself, this is amazing.
Where the rest of you
as
all
I
doing?
cough.
Because as you all started marching in, Jasper in his eagle form there is just kind of moving along and checking the pictures here. Did you all stop and wait, or did you guys keep on pushing?
No, I'd stop waiting and look with them.
Stop
Kind of
and
make my
wait.
own opinions on it.
And then as you all continue moving onward, it's too loud here. Come on. Sorry, my over here is acting stupid now. And as you guys continue moving onward there, eventually, just beyond these murals, at the end of the corridor stands another immense door, radiating this one just oppressive heat. You can see certain points of it have almost a red glow to them. Steam comes out the various cracks there. As Alor moves over, kind of slips through and goes to move towards it to look at the engravings on this one. It's almost as if hit by some kind of force. He stops and tries to push again, but can't seem to go beyond 10 feet of the door itself. Is you all having the same problem here?
I don't know. Try to walk up to it, see if I can go through it.
And as you do, you pass right past him, no problem at all. No sense of it. Well, beginning to think that only those invited by the sons themselves may pass beyond this point.
Either that or the keys to the artifact give us free passage.
Perhaps. Well, maybe if you'd like me, I wouldn't mind seeing what's beyond this point myself, don't you? Perhaps there's another artifact that I might hold in the meantime.
Well, Finvarr
Sadly-
had the fourth.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
other
good.
one's with Finvarr.
By the way, I've transformed back because there's no way I could be talking as an eagle, so
Yeah.
spell is gone.
What about the orb? Was one of you not carrying the orb with you as well? Perhaps that will give me passage.
What orb?
The first.
I'm actually not tracking an orb either.
Yeah. See the undead ring, tidal ring,
Chrono
chrono
ring.
ring, and the pendant.
The fifth one was the orb. It was the very first one you guys got down in the mechanical. When you guys fought the.
Where we found KB-13.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
talking about like the power core and the dragon?
No. The first artifact was an orb.
No, I'm pretty sure Torun was right. It was the power source of the mechanical dragon in that
Oh
facility.
yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah. That was what it was using as a power source. That's what you guys pulled it out of. But that was the first artifact.
Oh. Wow.
That's the one that has the different constellations. And what revealed to you the areas of the artifacts to begin with, the other artifacts.
Sure, I didn't have that written down. I thought Ayla kept that, but yeah, sure. I read Tor, and I'm okay with that. What say
Yeah.
you?
Look, it's right behind your ear.
Takes a step and smacks into.
And I take it back.
Okay, well, as I rather fond of my nose, even at my age, I suppose I'll just I'll wait here for you lot. Do be safe, and Jasper, take notes if you can, and bring them back. I would love to. know what
I
lies
will, and
beyond
if you
this
see
journey.
Finvarr, send him our way.
Will do. I suppose I'll yes, that's what I'll do. I'll do my best to try to find Finvarr. He turns and casts a little spell, turns into an eagle himself, and starts flying back out towards the entrance. With that, as you all step forward there, are you guys doing anything before stepping towards the door?
No, if everybody's ready.
Yeah, I'm going to recast my See Invisibility, and I'm going to action cast Detect Magic. Just have that running. Both of those sites running.
As you all
But that's it.
step forward there, little maybe hesitant to touch the steaming door, but before you even make contact, it also slides open there. Ahead of you here, you can see, stand atop a long pathway on either side. Spiked golden railings are all that separate you between you and just massive pools of lava that pour in from fountains in every which way. Off
I
ahead
drink a
of you-
potion of fire resistance.
Alright.
I wave my hands with the fires like, man, this is nice.
You put your hand in the fire.
Yeah.
Alright. Scoop it out a little bit there. You resist it, but the heat is still intense. You can almost feel. Doesn't quite break through, but the heat, as you've had this immunity to fire, has been a non-issue here. Causes you a little concern, the degree to which it's almost like when you kind of tap your hand on the stove there. Not enough to burn you, but you know you're like half a second away from it maybe succeeding in that. Off ahead of you, see a large section that rises up, kind of overlooking a platform off ahead.
Are those bone thrones?
3 large bone thrones sit surrounding the front section of that platform.
And what is on the forehead of that gigantic skull? Folks on Twitch, if you can't see it, we're on the other side of the chamber, there's bone thrones and a gigantic skull.
It looks to be some kind of an hourglass.
By the way, DM, this is a cool ass map. Nice work.
Please share it afterwards.
It will be shared.
I'm a skillet.
Alright. What are y'all doing?
Well, Jen said there's only one way. There's 3 chairs and 3 of us, so
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. We're taking the yellow brick or the green brick road up the center there.
Yeah.
And as you all start moving across there, you can hear quick, massive wings fly by overhead. It's almost within a blink before they smash down, landing directly into those seats.
Ah, how cool is that?
As the 3 brothers sit in their thrones there. Off to the left, the one wearing massive armor, claws you can see going down his gauntlets. Blades of metal tremble in the space around him. To the right, this one, armored as well, with those large, torn, almost sickly wings. And around him, kind of faint fog seems to linger. And in the center, sitting much more regally, 2 blades, one large staff or pike sits off beside him that he places into the ground. Little lines of sand seem to pour in the space around him, and behind him, that hourglass turns, sift, and you can see the sand start falling in there as well. He leans forward. We have been waiting for you for some time. Is that not true, brothers? Turns over the heavily armored one. I don't know. I don't know if we can trust these ones. The one off to the right, the sickly one. I don't trust them already. Look at them. Little things, aren't they? Calm, brothers. Come. Stand before us that we might take count of you.
there's 1, 2, 3 of us.
Old Tord.
Yep.
Your journey is quite an interesting one. He reaches out, lets a pile of sand fill his hand, grain by grain, and always with a line of humor. He pours it out to the ground. Do you all know why you are here? They know nothing. You know nothing, brother. But here we stand. After all this time, they have arrived. Go, Jasper. I know you have many questions of us. And we, looking to his brothers there in an almost stern kind of expression, will do our best to answer before what must be done commences.
Why did you turn against your father?
That is certainly a phrasing. We did not turn against our father. Our father turned against himself. We have always been loyal to the man he was when we swore our oath. When one's heart changes, should we follow madness? Power had corrupted him in a way I had not thought possible. You must understand, even in our time that we spent along the home shores, our father was no mere king. He was worshipped like a god. And many of us, perhaps myself included, might say, properly so. For his power was nothing short of godly. But when he turned that power against the people, we decided we could not let that balance shift. I saw what would come of it. Grabs more sand, puts a hand over and drops it down into the magma below. Yes.
It's not always so. But was there no redemption for him? No possibility?
I searched for some hope. Time is an ever-moving thing. Many currents. Sometimes, new paths, new rivers rise. But those themselves require such destruction. Valleys cleared, rock worn away. And in all that time, the water continues its path as it always has, towards the ocean. For my father, that ocean was destruction and misery. Yes, there were streams that I saw that would lead to some recompense on his part. But his redemption would have to be built upon the bones of thousands. We decided we could not let that be. Yeah, look what it got us. Stuck here. Silence, please. We have done what is just.
So, your special thing is to do with time. Am I wrong in that, in saying that? To point to the one in the middle?
I am burdened with knowledge. Yes.
And did your Ragvar have all of y'all's abilities too?
To some degree. He could see forward some. If only he had looked further backwards, perhaps all this might have been avoided. But no, my father possessed far too many abilities to count, honestly. But in the creation of us, ours, while not quite as broad in scope as his, were many times magnified over the domains that we do hold.
If he had you, then why did he need Fine Stamp?
Understand that the Soul Forged was crafted long before our time. He was already a god emperor by the time we arose. I believed understand he was a very different man when we were born. Kind, even. think after he had completed his great mission, pushed back the great threat of the skies, I think he'd grown lonely. But as we got older, and we did what all men must, sought after our own interests, believe in that new solitude, he began to grow mad. At the time, my scene was not quite as clear or as fine. Had I seen it, I would have stayed by his side, but by the time I could see far enough to see what he would brought, there was no deterring him. We tried. Did we not, brothers? Yeah, we tried. Still think we could have tried harder. But he was always a stubborn fool. Yes, he is.
What say you about the current Conger Red Shield seeking to gain the power of the Soulforged army for himself?
Red Shield is little more than a grain in the stream. You lot, you are a rock. A chunk that, no matter which way I looked, I could see making its way through the streams of time, carried upon the grains of others. Some places his grain grows, but they all converge around you. It is my belief, my prediction, that in the end his fate will end up in your hands.
So y'all are stuck here. After doing what you did to your father.
We're not stuck anywhere, mortal soilings. Stuck is one way to see it. This is our exile. While it is true we have chained ourselves here so that we might never go back on our words, we did choose to be here. Once the Soulforged army was locked away, once our father was locked away, we realized that the average man, woman, child, creature of Aradiel would never truly hold their destiny so long as those such as us stood over them. So we stepped away to let them make their own path, build their own stream. We've had disagreements over the matter in the past. Unfortunately, our brother Lorgrim, he could not stick to his oath of remaining here in Credfern. So, being unable to break it, he bent the rules, simply traveling to other realms within these lands. And then he came back changed. And I believe you all know the story from there.
I look to Ira and I say quietly, I'm sure they can hear me, but I say it quietly. Ira, do you feel any sense of Lorgrim now, here?
Do I sense anything regarding Lorgrim in this audience chamber, as one would?
Not here, you don't. You can almost get a feeling as if he's been here, but no feeling of him being here. It's almost like if you smell his very faded scent in the air for a moment, but nothing present. What's up?
Whose skull is that behind you?
Good question.
Well, when we made our way here, there were other beasts who roam these lands. We needed somewhere that could contain us. The volcano was the best option. And unfortunately, we had a neighbor who was not too fond of company. He raised against us. Did our best to dissuade it, but there was no stopping the creature.
Did you put an hourglass in his skull?
Why? It is mine, but I did not put it there per se. You must understand that our powers and our dominions, they ripple from us. Over time in any location, they seem to cause some change. Slowly over time, the skull began to push in, grow soft. Bone seemed to tear away in certain places, other places it did not. After about a century or so, the hourglass there is what remained. I can't fully explain it myself, but it is how it goes. Same with the sands that fall down upon me. The cloak of fog that follows my brother here. Or to my side, as any ore that penetrates the earth tends to climb its way out towards where my brother sits.
I'm going to take a few steps forward to get 10 feet forward and ask a question. And as I'm asking my question, I have just reached the point where my detect magic is can see anything on that throne or that the angelic sun with this raven in the sand. So let me know if I see anything magical about him or if he's completely magical.
So, casting that, what you feel coming off of them is just these insanely intense, just insanely powerful auras that that just force off of them in every direction. One of the brothers' aura is, it's all the closest thing that you can kind of compare it to. Well, it's not exactly the same. It's almost a dulled version of it, but that feeling you've gotten when in the presence of divinity. It's telling you these beings aren't quite gods, but they're not far off, and they're certainly not mere mortals.
And my question is that I ask is, so why are you here? Why do you remain? Why don't you pass on? What keeps you here?
Well, my brothers have asked me that question a number of times as well. And just as I have asked them to keep faith and until this point. It is because our work was not done. As I said, I can see very far ahead, all the way up to the end. And I knew that if we were not here for the proper challenge, then eventually the Soul-Forged army would be reclaimed. So, seeing the stone that is your path through time itself, we waited for this very moment when our paths would meet. You see, there is many degrees of magic that surround that crown, the pieces to which you all hold, including your friend Finvarr, who should be arriving very shortly, if I'm not. Grabs more sand, peels through it with one massive hand, pulls out a single grain, and looks at it. Yes, he'll be with us shortly. But through all of you, the only way to have true control over the crown itself, one must possess the power of a god, be of Ragvar's bloodline, or they each stand up. The big metal one stands. The big, half undead, necrotic, dripping one stands. In the center one stands. Or you must defeat the line of Ragvar to earn your place. He picks up his pike, the blade to his hand. The other pulls his claws. The last one gets up, pulls a massive scythe out from behind him, and their wings spread wide as they start rising up into the air. Now prepare yourselves, blades. It's time to prove yourselves worthy. And that's what we're gonna call it tonight. Bang bang.
Well, we've killed one already, so add 3 more.
We got this.
Yeah, that one was dead, though.
What's their CR?
What is their CR? Ooh.
Just
I don't want to know.
Oh, you don't know? Okay.
No.
Should I tell him, chat? Should I tell him?
It's high as shit.
Oh, it's high as shit. They're all.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Haley said, "Nah, sorry, y'all. We're gonna keep that one behind the curtain."
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, they are nasty motherfuckers. So, as I said, said it in chat the other day. I'm a little concerned. I've once again gone overboard, but you know, you guys know me. I can't help myself. So yeah, that is it for tonight. A lot of motherfucking exposition in there. I know. But I wanted to paint a picture, so hopefully you all enjoyed that leg of it right there. My brain's been going a million miles a minute with everything going on here. I'm equally parts nervous and excited for this fight, but I'm sure you guys will be fine. I'm sure.
Set up perfectly for a very long, very tough fight.
Oh yeah, and we'll
Probably an entire
loop it in
session.
there because about this time, as you guys can already hear, as they're rising up, we'll keep that little half loop until we get a confirmation that he's going to be here next week. But otherwise, that is going to be it for us, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you catch us next week for an awesome, crazy triple boss fight. And make sure you go and check me out over on TikTok and all that good stuff. And then we will catch you all next week. Oh, and not sure if he's still up. He might still be over there streaming. If he is, go over, show some love for Plum Daddy. I know he's doing like kind of all day streaming for his birthday. So go show him some love, and we'll catch y'all later. Wrong button. Peace out. Bye.